I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened to me and how it ended up being very successful for me and my partner. The year was 2006. Um, it one of the last times I really ever competed in coyote calling competitions in a very aggressive stance where I really wanted to try to win, if you will. And my brother wasn't actually my partner in this hunt. I had wanted to hunt with one guy that I'd known out in Saratoga, Wyoming when I lived there, and I wanted to hunt with this person. He was about 10 years older than me. Trapped a lot of coyotes, called a lot of coyotes. He killed a lot of coyotes. So I competed against him and his brothers in the coyote calling competitions. My brother and I did, and I only knew of him placing once or twice in the top 10. Even though he lived in the area, he just was never the numbers guy, if you will. In order to be successful in killing competition, coyotes or winning competitions, I feel like you have to be a numbers guy. You have to be able to high roll and blow through the country and just kill, 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 kill. It takes a special person to do that. Now, in this situation, I was set up to be his partner. I didn't go out and scout before the competition because I knew right where I wanted to go hunt. I'd been out in that country. It was all public. I'd hunted there before, not much calling, but I'd always seen coyotes there, and I said, that's where we need to hunt. We're driving my pickup, and we leave Rawlins. It's probably 4 in the morning, and we drive, and we had about an hour on the interstate, and then we're about an hour off the interstate. So we're a long ways back in there, and we get back in there, and it's still dark. I pull into this spot, and I told him, I said, we're going to have to walk 200-300 yards at least. I don't even really remember how far it's going to be. Just a spot I eyeballed before that I've never called it, but I wanted to start there. So basically, my partner, he only wanted to be the downwind guy. He didn't want nothing confrontational right up front. He said, you're good enough at killing coyotes. You call, you shoot. And he said, any backdoor coyotes, I'll try to take a hold of. So that's the way we ran our calling platform. I carried a shotgun and a rifle on every stand. And I tried to call coyotes right to me, and anything that tried to slip in, he was going to get or get an opportunity at. So we get out of the vehicle. It's still pretty dark. I told him, I said, let's try to walk in. We'll get set up. I'll have you go straight downwind of me. And basically, we'll sit there until it gets light enough where I think I can see good enough to shotgun a coyote, and then I'll start calling. So we slip in, and we're going over these hills. We get back in there, and there's a little ridge. And I said, okay, you go down this ridge about 100, 150 yards. And the wind was kind of blowing that away, so he was going to be right downwind of me. So I seen him walk off, and it was getting a little bit light enough I could still see him for quite a ways, but he just kind of disappeared, and I gave it quite a while yet because I couldn't see the best. So as I'm sitting there, it starts getting a little bit more light, and I have my binos, and I'm glassing, and I had this hill in front of me about 300 yards, 400 yards, a bald hill. So I thought, okay, if I call, that's going to be a perfect spot for one to just show up right on top of that highest hill there. So I let it get light enough that I could see the hill good, and I could start seeing everything pretty clear. So I'm hunkered down, and I call. I made one series. I didn't go long. I went pretty crazy. I just real erratic. Just trying to wake them all up, let them know I'm there, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't call real loud, and I shut up. Sitting there looking, looking, looking. And it was probably 2 minutes into the stand. I hadn't called again. That was my first series. All of a sudden, there's right over that bald hill that was in front of me, a lone male. barked at the end. That was the key to all this. Okay? Instantly, I go, crap, we've been made. He saw us walk in. He's warning every coyote in the country. So I just sat there. Couldn't see him. He was over the top of the bald hill that I said was about 300 to 400 yards away. He was right on the back side of that sucker. About a minute later, he starts howling again. Ooh, you know, he does his thing. And see what he did, he howled, but he called his bitch in. So when he howled the second time, he howls, and about halfway through his howl, his bitch chimes in with him. Well, he called her in, they got together, they letting everybody know around the country, you know, just letting everybody know there's something fishy going on here. Pretty soon as they got done howling, we're sitting there. This is game day. This is the first day of the competition. Pretty soon, coyotes started. There'd be one over here howl. Then one over here howl. Then one over here howl. Then two over there and two clear back there. Pretty soon the whole country's just howling. It's dead calm. My brain is just, it's frying. It's on overload. I'm hearing two over there, and I'm guessing them. I'm saying, okay, there's two miles over there. There's one I could barely hear over there. That's probably 3 miles. Mentally, I'm trying to plug them all into my brain and think, okay, I know where that one's at. I know where that one's at. There's one behind me. Then there's two more clear behind him. There's one over there. And it was unreal, okay? I heard probably no less than 15 different coyotes howl, okay? Including the ones that were right in front of us. But there was one or two more that were pretty close to us that were right over here. So I never called again. I let everything get settled back down and let everything calm back down. No more howling. Everything's quiet. I sat there long enough to make sure they weren't going to slip in on us. I get up and I walk down to my partner. Sneak. And I got down to him. I said, let's go. And he said, what? Why are we leaving? I said, let's go. Let's go get my vehicle and I'll tell you what's going on. So we go, we get back to my vehicle. Now mind you, this guy's 10 years older than me, right? And I'm telling him what to do. So he's a little on edge going, what the heck? I just heard 15 coyotes howl and you're wanting to leave, okay? But I have my own theories, I have my own philosophies, I have my own reasons for doing things. I remember hearing one howl about 1.5 miles down the way, straight east of us. At least 1.5 miles. I thought it could be 1.5 miles to 2 miles. So we got to my pickup, we got back out on the road, and I looked at my odometer and just took off. I'm driving 70 miles an hour, and he's like, why didn't we go up over that hill and kill those 2 coyotes? I said, Robin, had we went and had I sat there and called, that whole country would have been messed up from that one stand. He said, yeah, but we could have went and got them 2 coyotes. And I said, 2 coyotes is nothing. I want to get 12 of them. I don't want to get just 2. I want to pick them off one by one. So I'm driving straight to the east and I'm doing 70 miles an hour, and I look at my odometer and I hit 1.5 miles and I started slowing down, looking at the train out there, and there's a hill I could park behind, so I wheeled in and I parked. We skedaddle out there. I'm carrying my 12 gauge and my rifle. I set up, he goes right downwind of me about 50 yards. I blow on the call again. Here comes a coyote just ripping in. I pull up the shotgun, 10 yards, boom. Done. Okay, that was the one coyote I heard. Then we ended up working that whole area, and at about 10 o'clock in the morning, the wind came up big time. That's a great thing when you're calling condensed stuff that is full of coyotes, that you know there's a lot of coyotes in, because you're not going to mess up the whole country. When it's calm, one call and one gunshot, and you're messing up the whole country, okay? So that day, to make a long story short, we killed 9 coyotes, and the wind got tremendously bad, like 30, 40 mile an hour. We killed 9 coyotes, okay? But we went in and we picked off a single here, picked off one here, picked off one here, because I had them all marked in my brain. I kind of knew where I thought they were. We come back the next day, we started a long ways away, but by noon, by 11:55 a.m., we had 11 coyotes in the back of the pickup. And then we drove to check-in, so we killed 9, we killed 11 on the short day, so we killed 20 coyotes in a day and a half. The moral of the story is, I let those coyotes tell me where they were, and I never had to let out a howl. And I've had that happen to me a lot over the years. And my brother would even tell me that I'm crazy. We'd walk into a spot 400 yards to make a stand. We'd get in there, and then all of a sudden, we'd sit down, get ready to call, and all of a sudden a coyote would howl over there. Well, then another one would howl over there, and another one over there. So I'd go, let's get out of here and let's go get closer to that one. Not wanting to call from where we were, because I knew that one wouldn't come in. Even though it was close enough, I didn't think it would come that far, and I didn't think there was one right by us, or that coyote was howling to let everybody know that he saw us walking in. So I got the heck out of there, went around, call them in, and get right on top of them and call, and boom, kill them. So that was the moral of the story on locating coyotes. Until next time, thank you for watching.